Elisha Joyce, founder of Rebel Grain and creator of Smarty Bars, and I'm back to talk about quinoa. Quinoa's in our Smarty Bars, and I want to teach you how to use quinoa in every day. So what we're going to make today is a quinoa tabbouleh. We're going to take the typical ingredient of bulgur, and we're going to use this gluten-free, absolutely amazing superfood quinoa as a replacement. And we're going to add in all of these phenomenal, fragrant, lush ingredients. And it's going to be like that. Beautiful thing about making tabbouleh salad is just how absolutely fresh and fragrant and beautiful all of the ingredients are. What goes into tabbouleh is very simple. You have cucumber, you have tomatoes. I love to use cherry tomatoes versus whole tomato, and I dice them up in these little quarters. We're going to use some green onion. Parsley is a big part of tabbouleh. You're going to have some fresh mint, which just being around mint makes you all tingly. It's just a fabulous ingredient to use. And then on top of all of those ingredients, we're going to make a topping of olive oil and lemon juice. And of course, it's all about quinoa. And we are going to replace the traditional ingredient of bulgur with quinoa. What we're going to start with are our veggies. The first thing that I do is I dice up my cucumber. Throw that in the bowl. Okay, that's what we got. I'm going to do a few more. I usually cut them into little rounds first and then just kind of go along. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be any particular size. Just like that. Okay, in the bowl. I've already done my cherry tomatoes. Here we go, in the bowl. And I would say for this recipe, so far we're using probably about half a cup of each, but it's really all about just adding in the ingredients for your taste. Traditional tabbouleh is very heavy on the parsley, very light on the bulgur. What we're going to do is actually create more of an even spread between the parsley and the quinoa, and then all of my other veggies I just throw in because I love them. So I'm not going to give you any particular amounts. I'm just telling you which veggies I put in there, and we go from there. So we had cucumber, tomato, green onion, and now this. Oh. Mint is so amazing, and in the summertime it just grows absolutely wild in our yard. If you've never planted it, I suggest you throw some out there. So the neat thing about having mint in the yard is that when you brush up against it, it just makes you all tingly. I just love having mint. So it's just one of those ingredients too. Whenever I find a recipe that I can use mint in, it's fabulous. So there goes my mint. Now parsley, like I said, is one of the main ingredients of tabbouleh, and I like to just pull off the ends. And this is not Italian parsley. This is just a regular, I think they call it a curly parsley. And you are just going to dice this up. And for this particular recipe, I'm going to do 1 cup of my parsley to 1 cup of my quinoa, just so you can gauge kind of what that looks like. And I'm going to call that about a cup of parsley. Okay? And then once I mix it all together, I can go back and see if I like any more of any particular ingredient. But again, cooked quinoa. If you don't know how to cook quinoa, check my channel because we have a Quinoa 101 on there. But here's my cup of quinoa that goes in the bowl. Now, here is the dressing that you put on tabbouleh, which is super easy. It's a little bit of olive oil. And for this recipe, it's probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons. And then tons of lemon juice. And if you've seen my other videos, I got my little lemon trick here too. My little Guamanian grandma, who would squeeze the lemon right into her hand and catch any of the seeds. These happen to have no seeds in them. Look at that. Tons of lemon juice. This is just such a delicious salad. So 1 full lemon is what we used there. There's some pepper. Do some salt. And then just stir. Oh my goodness, you can see the lemon juice and the olive oil on the bottom there. And tabbouleh is a Middle Eastern traditional salad. And the way that it's eaten, you could eat this several different ways. For me, I literally eat it with a spoon as just a plain salad. You can also eat it with pita bread, which is delicious. If you have a favorite pita that you love, you could fill up your pita and eat it with that. You could also, if you'd like, put it over some sort of base, like a romaine lettuce is some way that I've seen it. There we go. Look at that. And there you have it. quick, easy, gorgeous tabbouleh. You can eat it right, look at that, right out of a bowl. And the beauty too of tabbouleh is you could eat it right now, like I'm gonna actually enjoy this when this is all over, but the longer you let it sit, like if you made this in the evening or early in the morning and you just let it sit for a few hours, the better it gets. So there you go. Easy, quick, absolutely delicious quinoa tabbouleh, a nice gluten-free way to enjoy this phenomenal Middle Eastern food. Thanks for being here.